Welcome to DWT, Drinking While Talking. We're your hosts. I'm Wade Sheeler.
And I'm Jill Blake.
We cover everything from classic film to classic music with some forays into pop culture, lifestyle, and politics. Jill, where are we today?
We are in the lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel in beautiful, sunny Hollywood, California.
And we are here for the TCM Film Festival Home Edition. Everything should be starting pretty soon, and we're in the midst of it all right here.
It's crazy. The atmosphere is electric.
So much buzzing about, and we got our. Don't shake your head at this. We're committing. we have all our swag that we've gotten over the years.
And look, we are TCM Festival ambassadors.
That's
right. So
right.
with these red lanyards. So come and find us.
Somewhere.
Here.
We're on Hollywood Boulevard, where strangely this year it's quite empty. There's no Spider-Man or Marvel Avengers out. I didn't understand.
I have never seen there's no fecal matter whatsoever.
None. It's so clean.
None.
TCM pulled out all the stops to clean Hollywood Boulevard up.
Yeah, they bleached it. That's why you can't find any bleach anywhere, is TCM bought all the bleach because they said, you know what, for our 11th year at the festival, we're going to look. We know that the boulevard's dirty. We're going to buy up all the bleach, and we're going to sanitize Hollywood Boulevard. I really appreciate it. I can't clean my bathrooms properly, but I appreciate TCM's effort to really spruce up the boulevard for this amazing festival.
So we're going to do what we do every year around this time, is we're going to tell you what our picks are for what we're going to see, what we're going to skip. You have to really manage your festival well. It's 4 days, nonstop excitement and adventure. And of course, because it's Drinking While Talking, we are both drinking today. I've got my tiki drink all laid out here. It's some Pog with 2 types of rum, so it's kind of like a Mai Tai thingy. So I'm sipping on that. Jill, what are you partaking in?
Well, because it's Hollywood, I decided to really go on out with this concoction of Trader Joe's strawberry sparkling beverage that's seasonal. It's what I could find, mixed with the dregs of a Hendrick's gin bottle. And by dregs, I mean probably 6 shots, the last 6 shots in that bottle.
So that's kind of like a kind of high school out by the fire.
Yeah,
parking lot.
This definitely has a Boone's Farm quality. So no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm not depressed at all. Not at all.
How are you? Should we destroy the artifice a little and let me ask you how you're doing during these times?
Destroy away. I'm pretty terrible. Really? How about you?
I'm doing okay. Just okay. I'm very lucky. I've had work going. What did you just do to yourself?
I'm laughing.
Oh.
At you.
Good. I'm doing okay. I'm one of the very few who's lucky enough to be working during this time and working from home. Karen, my wife, is not so fortunate. She has to go into the city every day. So that's been kind of tough. Lots of masks, lots of gloves, lots of sanitizer. It's stressful. But that's why we're doing this home edition of TCM Film Festival.
That's right. Enough of that. This is not a Rona podcast. You can get your Rona conversations in a million other places. This is a Rona-free. We got the Rona out of the way.
All right, now.
Rona-free zone.
Because I'm old. What is Rona?
Yeah, it's what the kids are. You got to get hip to it. That's what the kids are calling the coronavirus. It's the Rona.
Oh, the Rona.
Get with it, Wade. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, actually, one more semi-Rona related tidbit, but it's actually TCMFF related too. our really good friends at the Larry Edmunds Bookshop. They are really having a hard time right now because they have to be closed from all of this business. They have been doing some sales over the phone and by email, but they don't have a website. Their store is not digital at all. And they, with the cancellation of the fest and the cancellation of Noir City and book signings and all of that in LA, they are really hard up. And so they have launched a GoFundMe account, and they need to raise $100,000 to help cover expenses and offset the loss of sales. And in a little over a day, they've hit like 21,000 the last I checked. I've been pushing this out on Twitter. I got a lot of big names to retweet this GoFundMe, including Neil Gaiman and Judd Apatow and Matthew Modine and Perry Gilpin, some bunch of other people, and Mark Hamill. And so it's getting some traction, but I really want all of our TCM fans and our friends who go to the festival, if you're able, I know a lot of people are in a bad spot right now. A lot of people are furloughed. Gig workers are not able to work right now. But if you're able, especially if you were going to the fest, consider donating to this GoFundMe what you would have spent at Larry Edmunds. And for people who are unaware, Jeff at Larry Edmunds, Jeff Manter, the owner, he provides all of the books that TCM has for the book signings that they do. So that gives you an idea. It's not just the foot traffic from the festival to his store. It's all of the books he sells at the TCM Club TCM events that the festival does. So if you were planning on getting a book signed, just maybe consider sending what you would have spent on that book to Jeff. And we'll post the link up on our Twitter, and we'll put it up on the website as well.
Do you know offhand what it is, or we'll just post it?
It's like GoFundMe .com. It's like a bunch of characters, so I can't remember the exact URL. But if you go to GoFundMe and type in Larry Edmunds Bookshop, you'll find it. So
there you go.
Yeah, easy. And it's all over my Twitter, Biscuit Kitten. So.
All right. So, shall we? You know what? I think to discuss what we're going to do. Like I've got my my home edition.
I do too.
Yeah, I can put it right in front of me. There we go. My home edition schedule. Oh, and you printed out in black and white also.
That's all I've got.
I chose to conserve the color. So, but I would say while we're doing this, it's a really nice day out in LA. Should we go out to the pool?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do that. So
all right.
Let me jump on over here.
I'm already there. Oh, there you are. Hey.
Now we're out by the pool. Look how nice it is.
Hang on one second. Roberto, I'll take an order of chicken fingers, please. Thank you. I love the chicken fingers and fries. It's like $27. They're so good.
This works perfectly out here.
It's so nice, and we can make fun of all the non-festival attendees
who look around and
like,
what are
you hanging around the pool.
All right, so first up all right, I got to put on my old man specs.
Yeah, put them down in here.
Old man specs. It looks like the first thing up at 8 o'clock Eastern, but now that we're on the West Coast, it's 5 o'clock Pacific, is Star is Born, the 1954 George Cukor version. Yeah. Are you planning on seeing that, or are you going to skip for dinner? What's your plan?
I'm not much for the opening night. I usually meander on opening night.
So this is the red carpet showing.
So I skip that. I don't fool with that.
So Stars Born is the red carpet, so somehow they exhumed Judy, and she's going to be on the carpet. And I'm looking for James Mason. I want to see what shape he's in. Okay, that was cool. Oh, Wade.
They would think it was funny.
Okay, so we're going to skip the red carpet, And I'm going to go see, at 11 o'clock, I'm going to go to Metropolis.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Live,
Let me tell
live
you,
accompaniment.
what's special about this is this was the closing night film at the very first TCM festival in 2010. And I did not go to it because I was pregnant. So, and I always, regretted not being able to go to that and to see the Alloy. I've seen the Alloy perform before, but this event, I know some people who went to it, and they said it was really, really great. So I am very excited to attend this screening.
Yeah. Now it's pushing pretty late because after that, we can go check out Louise Rayner, I guess, being interviewed. Where's that happening? Is that happening over at the Montalban Theater, or is that?
No, I think that one was. I think that one was at either the Egyptian or the Chinese.
All right. It's pretty late night.
But again, they she was 100 years old when they brought her over for that.
And that was in what?
2010.
Wow. So she's 110 now. Good for her. That's great. I think she's beating Norman Lloyd. I mean, that's amazing, right? All right. So from there, oh my God, it stretches into the night. We have The Good Earth. That's a hard one to stay awake for, The Good Earth.
That's a real hard one to stay awake for any time of day.
Have you seen The Good Earth?
I have.
Okay.
I've seen it. We're good.
Okay. So this is a light day for you, the first.
It is an extremely light day for me. And Neptune's Daughter at 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm going to just sleep right through that one. I'm not a Nestor Williams fan. What about you?
I predict how your night's going to go is you're going to start at Metropolis. Then something's going to kick in about halfway through for you. You're going to have to leave Metropolis. You're going to have to go to your friend's apartment. And then you guys are going to watch The Jerk on loop till about 9 or 10 a.m. Then you're going to go to breakfast. And then you're going to go to Larry Edmunds.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Friday. And
what the hell's going on at the pool, man? It's like we're in the Matrix. What is this? Is this a wormhole? What is this? I'm getting like weird.
It's because, however, if you go too far back, you either disappear or the products around you start coming to life.
Well,
we just have to deal with it. It's the Zoom thing. We're really here. It's just the Zoom thing. It's a technical difficulty.
All right. Okay, so we're looking at Friday.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than getting up early in the morning to watch The Seventh Seal.
Man, that's a
wake up.
That's a real big one.
No, that's in honor of when they had Max von Sydow at the
R.I.P. He just died last month.
Yeah. Correct? You there? Did you go to that one? Were you there that year that he was being honored?
I was there. I didn't see The Seventh Seal, but I did see him at the screening of 3 Days of the Condor. That was great.
That movie.
It was great. And it was at the Chinese. Place was packed. And they showed, I'm assuming either they'll show the tribute video that they made for him either on the network or they may be posting it online. I believe our good friend Scott McGee produced that segment, and what was so great, it's what they do for the honoree every year. They do this 5-minute video with narration kind of going through their entire career. And Max von Sydow he's a very serious actor and known for his work with Bergman, but bless Scott because he worked in a clip from Strange Brew. And it was enough that like the group of us that were sitting together had just we were cheering. It was great. And I'm sure that half the people in the theater were like, you know, that's not cinema. And I'm like, whatever, man. I love that movie. So, but I did not go Seventh Seal. I did see that, and I saw him be interviewed by Ben Mankiewicz. And 3 Days of the Condor is one of Ben's favorite movies, so that was a lot of fun. But I'll record this for sure.
Okay.
I've never seen a Bergman film, so
Still, that's still a thing.
I'm holding out, man.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold out as long as I can.
Wow, that's pretty big. That's I don't know if that was part of our Secret Confessions podcast. I still have to add the second part of that. Just doesn't seem like the right time. But when will it be a right time?
When will anyone want to listen to our Secret Confessions, Wade?
I don't know.
God, it's hot out here by the pool. Jesus.
Right? Well, every year it's like this. You come from wherever you are in the rest of the country, and it's cold and wintry, and you come out to LA, and you just don't expect how good the weather's going to be.
No. And sometimes you're sitting in the sun, and it's kind of breezy, and 1 minute it's kind of cool, but then if you're in that California sun, man, it'll bake you up.
Well,
so
we got
at 8:30 we have She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, introduced by Keith Carradine. Did you this was 2016, did you make it to this one?
I did not.
Okay.
But this is worth seeing. I mean,
yeah.
I love She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, and
I love this movie.
He's introed several of their westerns at the festival. So I would say that's probably going to be, I'm definitely going to be there for that.
I saw him last year at that Nashville screening. He looks good.
I was right.
He can get it.
I was going to ask. And then after that, the festival's continuing to keep it light with Sounder. Have you ever seen Sounder?
I have.
Oh, it's good, but ooh.
It's great, but man, I think I'm gonna have to pass.
Ooh.
That is tough.
It's good. If you haven't seen it, it's a good one.
Great movie. I've read the book. I've seen the movie several times. I mean, I saw that movie at a formative age.
Oh, right.
And it, messed me up.
But I think it's I was a really little kid, and it impacted me then. I think that's actually, as tough as it is to watch, I think it's a good film for a family to see,
How old were you?
Oh, I think I've already given my age out several times, but let's see, I was 8.
Okay. All right.
And then, let's talk about, after that, it's going to be a big draw, Hard Day's Night. You were at the screening.
I was at it.
That's one of those where were you when moments, right?
Man, I'm gonna tell you that was a world premiere. So prior to 2014, this film, Hard Day's Night, was in like an out of print DVD that was an MPI release, I believe, and I own it. I still have it. But it had been out of print for a long time and had not been restored. And so this screening was the world premiere restoration. And then a few months after, it was released on Criterion, and it's that same print that we saw. So it's at the Chinese. And
right?
What?
The sound was incredible.
Oh man, it was fantastic. And I've seen that. I mean, I grew up on that movie. I've seen that movie a lot. And for people who haven't been to the Chinese, that screen, and the screen was huge before the theater restoration when TCL acquired the Chinese. The screen now is like, it has to be the best screen I've ever, or the best theater I've ever, I love that theater. It has to be the best theater in the country. And so we had Alec Baldwin and Don Was introduce the film, and it was like seeing a concert.
Yeah.
Everyone in the audience was having a great time. Everyone was singing and clapping and tapping their feet. I noticed things about the movie I had never noticed before. So when you're watching this at 12:30 tomorrow, pay attention to what book Ringo is reading when he's in the canteen at the television studio, and Paul's grandfather is meddling. Okay, so just pay attention to what book Ringo's reading. I had never noticed it before, but it's such a great little, proto Easter egg, I guess you could say. It's fun. But that was a great screening, a lot of fun.
And then
you didn't go to that one, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I don't remember what. Knowing me, I was seeing Mel Brooks's The 12 Chairs or something.
That tracks.
After that, Eva Marie Saint is going to be interviewed. This is one that Robert Osborne did. I remember this in the lobby of the Roosevelt.
Did you go to this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Lobby of the Roosevelt. So that's what we're seeing. It's always good to see Robert Osborne again. And
I know. Bless him. And Eva's done a lot of stuff at the festival. She's been there several years.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her at The Russians Are Coming, I think. She did a pre-interview, so we went to that to see her, and then we ducked out because we had another screening to go to. So we're those people, but I had to see her, and we were really, really close to her, which was great.
Now we go into what I think is a really great late afternoon set of films. We got North by Northwest. So after the Eva Marie Saint interview, we go to North by Northwest, one of the most beautiful, visually stunning Hitchcocks. I'm sure
it's great.
Were you there?
Saul Bass title cards. Oh yeah, I'm there. I can't not watch that movie.
And from there, it's time for one of the greatest comedies ever, Some Like It Hot.
Let me tell you, like Hard Day's Night, North by Northwest, Some Like It Hot, that is going to be a triple feature with my kiddo. She has seen all three of those movies, and she will be watching them with me tomorrow.
Nice. Then it's what I have not seen, so I'm looking forward to seeing this. Still a little early in LA time. I think it's about 6 o'clock LA time, but Harold and Lillian, A Hollywood Love Story. Have you seen this yet?
I haven't, but I am connected to the director online, and our good friend Raquel Stetcher has been a champion of this film from day one, and so I'm definitely going to catch that tomorrow night.
Yeah, that looks good. And then there's no way to celebrate a Friday night like Deliverance.
Now, you went to this screening, did you not?
You did, right?
No, I didn't go.
No, I didn't go.
Well, then we're both losers.
We are.
Who did we know? We knew someone who went to it because I was in line. So the Deliverance screening happened at the multiplex, and I was in line for something else that was going on at the same time. And I can't remember what it was, but as we're standing there in this insanely long line, a golf cart pulls up and Burt fucking Reynolds is on it. And this is like not long before he died, And so what year was this? This was...
It's not long ago. It was...
2013, and he died he died a few years later. Anyways, he was in rough shape. And but everybody was like clapping for him, and he was waving and everything. But apparently this introduction, which I don't know if they're gonna show it or not, apparently Ned Beatty was a hoot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And like a little full of piss and vinegar too.
Yeah, I heard. So. Yeah, so hopefully they'll show. I hope they're going to show some of these intros. That would be so great. I mean, it seems like this is just as an outsider. It seems like they tape a lot of them, and you're always hoping
they do, and I think they can use them for a particular window, and then at a certain point they have to get permission, right? Because I know that like when they send out the photo, like the media photos after, there's a window that you can use them, and then after that they have to actually. It's funny, they take the photos, but then they end up having to pay licensing for certain ones.
Yes, it's so true.
So it depends on, I guess, the terms of what they were able to negotiate. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
And then what a perfect It's like the midnight movie.
Yeah.
It would almost seem like our friend Millie would have programmed it. Is Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yep.
Or it's a pool party one. I'm trying to think. It seems like it would be a good pool party one. Are they showing the 3D one?
I don't know, but I would think this
presented in 3D, and it was Dennis Miller.
All right.
Introduced it. I think it was at the pool.
Okay.
And then nothing goes into Crazy Town like Grey Gardens.
Man.
After that,
this was 20.
Grey Gardens.
I've seen Grey Gardens. I didn't go to this screening, but I did see Gimme Shelter. And I can't remember. I think it was 2014 that they had Albert Maysles there. They
Right.
did Grey Gardens and they did Gimme Shelter. I've missed Grey Gardens, went to Gimme Shelter, and it was Albert Maysles, Haskell Wexler, and one of the other photographers. I can't think of her name to save my life, but and so they did like a huge post film talk after that, and that is the screening when the guy on the front row, like, it was not a Q&A, and he pipes up, he goes, "So where did you get the name Gimme Shelter?" And I'm like, but
he didn't do it like smartass. He did it like
he didn't know.
What was the what was the philosophy behind the title Gimme Shelter? What is that in reference to?
I mean, like, literally the film ends with the song Gimme Shelter. And it's like, if you hadn't seen the movie, that's understandable. Like, but one would think that they knew something about the Rolling Stones before they went into that. I mean, one of the most popular rock bands of all time. And then and again, it's not a Q&A.
No.
The same guy.
Q&As anyway.
Yeah, the same guy pipes up and he makes some like observation. He's like, well, it's almost like this film was, trying to say something about the Vietnam War and the
how we all needed to be sheltered by our government.
Anyways, if you have not seen Grey Gardens, get on that.
It's quite a shit show.
Because it is great.
And then if you can stay up till late hours, there's Night Flight. Have you seen Night Flight? That's a pre-coder.
No, but I'm on it, man.
Yeah, I am too. And it was originally introduced by Drew Barrymore because her grandfather stars in it, John Barrymore. So that's definitely worth seeing. And then, because she's an early riser, Kim Novak is going to be there to be interviewed. And were you at this interview? I
did not go to the interview, but I went to Vertigo, and she had just finished taping this live from the TCM Festival, which I have seen. It is fantastic. It'll make you love Kim Novak. I was never much of a fan of hers until this. And then she came immediately over to Vertigo and did that with Robert. And it was like we were almost, like when you're in prison.
Yeah. Sure.
And like the people in like solitary will like get the gossip from like the first prison building like within like 7 minutes.
Right.
It was like that. So we had gotten the skinny on what had happened at the live from, like, while we're standing in line. Like, it had just ended, and people were like, they're like, "Did you hear Kim broke down in the interview?" And it was nuts. And so when we get in for this screening for Vertigo, she was like fresh off of like pouring her soul out at this thing, and it was so great. She still brought that openness.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And this was pre Chinese theater renovation.
Oh.
We were way in the back, and it was very hard to see, but I mean, great. So do not miss that. Record it.
And then as we get into the early dawn hours, there's nothing like knowing what it's like as the sun is coming up to have need your 8-ball fix is The Man with the Golden Arm. Otto Preminger's Frank Sinatra. That's a hardcore film, and Darren McGavin is the pusher.
That movie is a hot fucking mess.
It is. It's so good. It's so hard.
The music's great.
Yeah, Elmer Bernstein.
Great music.
Then we go to a screening I was actually at, was Mad Love with Peter Lorre, and I saw it introduced by Bill Hader, who is great at introducing films there. A couple years before that, I was at Shane when he introduced it, and his dad was there, and he was really excited to watch it with his dad. So we.
I missed that.
What happened?
I missed that.
Oh, I thought you said my neck snapped.
That too.
Yeah, no, it was really great. Have you seen Mad Love?
I have. It's fantastic.
Oh, so crazy good. So that's what I would suggest. Again, I don't know if they're going to show these intros, but if they did, that was good. Double Harness. Don't know anything about this. What do you know about it?
Screening. I have not seen it, and this is like the infamous. I believe. Well, this was one that I think was on opening night of 2016 at the multiplex, and I think this is the one that the power went out. And
hopefully that one.
I can't. There's some controversy around this. And I want to say it was a bunch of people got locked out of it, which I mean is what happens with those pre-codes. But I want to say this was the one where it got interrupted.
Got it.
Maybe not, but there is a controversy surrounding the Double Harness screening.
And then after that are Vitaphone shorts, which I always get a kick out of the special short subjects. I was at one that was a special on Republic cereals. All those are really fun. So,
and this one was presented by Ron Hutchinson, who died a couple years ago. So, and he, great dude. So make sure you catch that. That was a very sad loss when he died.
Then after that is Sergeant York. I'm going to skip this one.
Yeah, I've seen it enough.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's long.
It is,
but it's very long. But it is a good movie. And as a native Tennessean, it is not only something that it's like an obligation to watch this movie, and so it is good. But yeah, I'm going to skip it too because I've seen it enough.
But then return for Safety Last, like the most famous Harold Lloyd, where he's hanging from the clock. That'll be fun.
It'll be great.
Yeah. And then after that, it looks like it's Saturday night with Noir Alley with Eddie Muller, and it's going to be.
No, we're still at 2:45 p.m. What are you talking about? We're not. We're only halfway through Saturday, dude.
Sorry. Anyway. Oh, it was introduced by Susan Ray, widow of Nicholas Ray, when they first showed it. They Live by Night. Great film. I think that was his first film. Am I right?
I believe so. Very close to it.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right.
And then here's a good twofer. We're going to hear Faye Dunaway in an interview. There's some cray going on there, right? Going right in the network.
I was at that screening.
You were at it? Oh,
I was.
Tell me about that. Of network?
Of network. I did not go to the live from, just because it takes up so much of a day.
Yeah, it does.
So you lose so much. But I was at the network screening, and by the time the network screening had started, again, just like Kim Novak, all the news was trickling down to the Egyptian, and she was every bit of the diva that you would expect. Ben interviewed her, and again, it's a movie I've seen a bunch, but I had to see Faye. And
this might be a left turn, but have you ever seen Hospital? It's also Patty Chayefsky.
I haven't. No, that's one of my.
That's Wackadoo Like Network.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Just about people living on the edge who are.
He's so good at that. He's so good at that.
Yeah.
I love Patty Chayefsky.
And then we're going to, I think it's been shown at the festival more than anything else, is Casablanca, and that's one of those.
A movie no one's ever heard of. It's a real hidden gem.
So I've heard. That is one. when that's on, I just have to stop what I'm doing. So
Same.
as if something new is going to happen in it, but I still just
You
have
never
to.
know.
Never,
One of these days she'll stay with Rick. You just got to keep watching.
That's true.
I just
And
spoiled
then-
it. Sorry.
And then you've got, I'm sorry, I'm just powering through this because we don't want to miss our first screening.
No, we gotta.
We got to keep moving. Magnificent Ambersons.
Great. And I hear
Yeah.
that for this 10 p.m. screening Saturday night, they
Yeah.
have found the lost footage.
For real? I'll believe you. Sure. It was introduced by Peter Bogdanovich. Have you been watching any of him on TCM lately, being interviewed by Ben?
It's great.
You look at Peter Bogdanovich and you're like, he doesn't look all there. And then he starts talking and you're like, wow, he's fast. He's still on it.
He's the world's only impersonator of John Ford, Cary Grant,
Yes. He's so,
Howard Hawks.
yeah, no, he's great. I could listen to him all night. I couldn't watch all his movies, but I could listen to him all night. And they're playing your favorite actor all the time, Ryan O'Neal.
Absolutely. I love him.
But seriously, I'm not a Ryan O'Neal fan. I know you can't stand him, but I'm like, you have to watch What's Up, Doc, and you have to watch Paper Moon.
I've seen Paper Moon and Madeline. It's all Madeline Kahn and Tatum O'Neal for me.
Okay.
It's great. But I hate Ryan O'Neal.
But
You're not going to get me to. I will not watch What's Up, Doc. I will not do it. You would have to.
You should
No.
You should do it.
I'm not doing it. I refuse.
Wow.
I hate him.
Okay. Of all people, I think you would really appreciate it, but okay.
What is that? You're like, that was so passive aggressive. You're like, I think you'd appreciate it. Okay, whatever. He just makes me want to murder random strangers.
Okay. I mean, I as I say, I don't have an affinity, but okay.
You would have to totally sell me. It would have to be like, he's so great in this. You would have to. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, but then I'd be building up false expectations, and then you'd be like, "You are so wrong." He's not bad. That's the thing. He's not bad. I think he delivers on what he should be doing. I'll go that far.
I'll never watch Barry Lyndon because of it.
Well, I mean, Barry Lyndon's asking a lot. Barry Lyndon is asking a lot. I mean, you're putting in for 3+ hours of Ryan O'Neal, so I would not make you do that. I really like Barry Lyndon, but I would not make you do that. What's Up, Doc? I would say it's totally worth it, especially for somebody who likes. I'm sure you like Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein.
Love it.
You've got Madeline Kahn going on in there. You've got God, I can't remember his name. You know, the actor who plays. He's the inspector in Young Frankenstein.
Kenneth Mars.
Kenneth Mars, amazing in What's Up,
All
Doc.
right.
Hilarious. And this is.
I love Kenneth Mars.
I'm telling you, he steals the whole show. He and Madeline Kahn are great.
But Ryan O'Neal's in it so much.
Yes, but you know what? I'm going to say this, and this is something I never thought.
Is he doing a Cary Grant? Is he trying to pull like a David Huxley?
He's that type of character, but he's not trying to do Cary Grant. He's not. They basically suck out all his personality, which is perfect for him, and then they put on the Harold Lloyd glasses.
How can you suck out personality when there is none?
Well, they lean into his.
Okay. They lean into the void where his personality would be.
Empty vessel. But I'm going to say, and I wouldn't usually go there, and I would never as a young person think I would say something like this, so you can quote me on this. Barbara Streisand is delightful in it. She's delightful. All right, I said it. Straight man.
Okay, moving on.
Night in the City. Are we at Noir City now? Noir.
Man,
yeah.
Doing it. We're doing it.
So good. That's a great one. Love it.
It's really good.
Did you ever see the remake with Robert De Niro and Jessica Lange?
I did not.
It's Hold a Candle. Then Norman Lloyd. Hey, look, it's Norman Lloyd, who's now 382.
And he still plays tennis every day.
every day.
Every single day. He's in better shape than I am.
He's in better shape than all of us. In fact,
Combined.
he walked into a hospital and he fucking kicked the shit out of coronavirus. He just wrestled that shit to the ground, just so you know. And then from there, we're going into The Lady Vanishes.
Great movie. Love that freaking movie.
We're on a roll. You need to check.
So good. I'm there.
And then there's no better way to start your early Sunday because, of course, you're a religious person and you're going to watch The Passion of Joan of Arc.
Man, I have to center myself for Sunday worship, and that is a great way to do that.
You know what I think we should do now that it's Sunday? I think we should go hang out somewhere else because I'm getting a little sunburn. How about you?
Oh yeah, I'm this. Look at this tan. Woo,
well, look at
man.
This is on fire right now.
You're looking great. So where do you want to go?
What's left? Do you want to go to the Egyptian?
Let's head over to the Egyptian.
All right, that's always a good time.
Oh wait, hang on. I'm gonna stop off at Muji real quick and get some. I love their cheap notebooks. You know, I love popping in here in between a screening, grabbing a notebook. Hang on, let me run over to you. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I've got a whole bag of notebooks from Muji.
I'm gonna have to plug in. I'm losing power because we're just out here outside.
I know. Do you have your battery pack? You got to charge that battery pack, man.
Now I'm just gonna plug into one of these Delta Airlines. There we go. Power's back.
Yeah, those charging stations, man, lifesaver.
They are. The one thing I appreciate that with this year's TCM Film Festival Home Edition is we don't have to listen to the housekeeping. We have a little housekeeping to do.
That's great. That's great. We don't have to do the only screen you should be paying attention to is the screen right in front of you.
That's right.
And our partners at Delta.
Delta and
Citibank.
Citibank, gives people extra cool, really neat stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody's calling me. I'll have to jump over here and take this phone call. All right. Let me take a look. I'm sorry, my dog jumped in. I don't know what my dog is doing here. I got to go back to, here we go. Here we go. What was going on there? I don't even know. All right.
At least it was your dog. Okay.
Sunday morning.
Did you get your cue cards?
Oh.
Do you have your cue cards printed?
Oh, that's right. Oh, you've got yours.
Yeah.
So where are you?
I'm gonna be oscillating between the kitchen, bedroom, and living room.
I was really hoping this year they would have some screenings in the bathroom, because that way, you jump in, do a little business, and you don't miss a film. Yeah,
our good friend Laura Stalker, she does a lot of the design work or graphic design work for that gigantic free pour cocktail is really
wow.
Anyways, Laura does a lot of graphic design work for the network, and so she made these cute little cue cards, and which you can find on the TCM social media on Facebook and Twitter and all that. And a bathroom one would have been really, really fun. I do a lot of my business in the bathroom.
I do some of my best work in the bathroom.
I absolutely. And there's a 90% chance that if you receive any correspondence from me, whether it's text, email, it's sent from the bathroom. That's just a fact.
So we definitely want to keep you quarantined right now because you walk around with some dirty smartphone shit.
I do wipe it down.
Good.
I do wipe it down. I use a Clorox wipe, yes.
All right, so after Passion of Joan of Arc, we're jetting over to the Grauman's or the Egyptian for Jezebel.
Love this movie.
Great. Bette Davis. Excellent.
So great. It's the first of 3 films she made with William Wyler.
Right.
And It is fantastic. I think it came out a year before Gone with the Wind, and I'm gonna drop a hot take.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Look at the hot take.
Jezebel is better than Gone with the Wind.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I should have made that, reacted to that like it was a hot take. Like, whoa, seriously? But no,
There you go.
I would agree with you. It's also not 3.5 hours. And,
No, it's just the Gone with the Wind. I mean, if we're talking about super racist Civil War era films, I think the story of Jezebel, it doesn't have the scope,
right,
and the impressive. I mean, Gone with the Wind's a gorgeous movie,
yes,
gorgeously made,
absolutely,
technically perfect film.
right.
But Jezebel, I think the story is far more compelling, and I think Bette Davis it's fantastic. She's fantastic in it, and I think the character's redemption arc is way more compelling than Scarlett's. Scarlett's redemption, I don't even know if she's ever redeemed.
Yeah.
But not Leslie, that's the letter.
Leslie Howard, yeah. No,
yeah, I can't think of the character's name, God, for the life of me. But anyways, her character in Jezebel, her redemption, and I don't want to, because they are two different movies, but they were compared a lot because
they came out the same year.
Well, Jezebel came out in 1938.
Oh.
But Betty wanted, the story is that Betty wanted the role of Scarlett. Mm-hmm. And so they are often pitted together, even though they are so different. But watch this movie. It's so good. So good. Fantastic.
And that is followed by The Setup.
Which we were at this.
What's that?
We were at this screening.
Yes. He's one of my favorite MCs, introducers, master of ceremonies, is Eddie Muller. So mm-hmm. good. I didn't know who he was the first year I went, and he'd been doing Noir City in LA for a while. Mm-hmm. But I was just blown away by his insight, by his sense of humor, by his command of the subject matter. I think he's the best. So anything he introduces, I try to go to. Even if I'm not a fan of the film, or if I'm not interested in it, I'll still try to catch his intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Eddie's known for his this isn't a film noir.
Right.
He's known for that. But I always would find myself at non-noir screenings that Eddie would intro. He introed a lot of the William Wyler stuff that has screened at the festival because he's a huge William Wyler fan. So noir is definitely in Eddie's wheelhouse. That's what he is. These are. But I always love seeing him. I could see him just read the phone book. He knows his stuff. He's passionate about it. And I'm hoping that they will be showing this intro. It's great. And it was a great movie. It was my first time ever seeing it. And it's come out on Blu-ray, I think, since through Warner Archive. Yes. But don't miss that. It's a great film.
That's followed by an interview with Peter O'Toole from 2012. Yep. Be great to see, I'm sure. And Lawrence of Arabia. Going to be skipping out on that one. I've seen it many times. It's incredible on big screen, but
I can't watch it at home.
No.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
And I didn't see it at the festival. Well, that was 2000. Let's see. Lawrence of Arabia. They showed it 2015. I didn't see it at the festival. I saw it at the Fox Theater here in Atlanta, which is a huge screen, comparable to the Chinese.
Right.
And I can never watch it at home now.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
After that is Redheaded Woman. That's a
Carrie
great
Beecham. Yeah, film historian Carrie Beecham introduced that. I love seeing anything Carrie introduces. I missed this screening, so I'm going to be catching that this time around. I love Jean Harlow.
I'll jump in for that, and then I'll leave for Auntie Mame. Can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I will either.
Singing in the Rain, always a great one to check out. It's been to the festival a couple times.
Yep.
Got to see it. If you've never seen it, then
Yep.
why are you here?
My kiddo loves it. When she was 4 years old, she wanted to sing in the Rain themed birthday party.
Wow.
So we did it.
Wow.
Made it happen.
Then Floyd Norman in Animated Life, they were going to honor him this year, so I'm very interested to see that.
Yeah, I saw him last year at the Sleeping Beauty screening, and that was pretty cool. So I'm excited to see this documentary.
Then another tough watch is The Hustler. They're honoring Piper Laurie, I believe.
When she was supposed to be there this year.
Yeah, that would have been fascinating.
I know. See, I would have loved it if they had done an entire festival just showing Twin Peaks.
After that is Babyface, great pre-coder with see, there it is. The alcohol is swimming.
Barbara Stanwyck.
With Barbara Stanwyck, yes. Love that film. She's
great.
Awesome.
And Bruce Goldstein was supposed to introduce this film and do a presentation. You know what? As an aside, let me just say, I really hate that we're missing the Craig Barron and Ben Burt presentation.
Yeah.
That is,
festival, right?
Man, it's like Nerd City. You know, like I love seeing their. So for those of you who don't know, Craig Barron is a visual effects artist, and Ben Burt is a sound effects artist, and they are Oscar-winning. Ben is responsible for the beep boop 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 in Star Wars, all of that. He brought the Wilhelm out of the Wilhelm screen out of the archives and made it part of film history now. And Craig Barron making all those models, and I mean the two of them have worked together, and Indiana Jones, Star Wars, legendary guys. They're really, really nice, very, very funny, and they always do a presentation, and I really, really, really hate that we don't get that this year. They're always great. Anyways, all right. So Bardley's The Magnificent.
I've never seen that of you.
I haven't. This is 1926, and this is a Serge Bromberg presentation. Serge has done other presentations at the festival over the years. And so this is a recently restored silent with musical accompaniment. But that was supposed to happen at the festival this year. And then ending with Victor Victoria at 3:30 in the morning, because there's nudity. And that stars, it's a great movie, and it's Julie Andrews, who was supposed to be festival honoree.
I know, she was one of the first people to drop out this year, and we were all.
And that's when I knew, and like
I was holding out. I mean, we're in a different world now, but when she backed out, I'm like, oh, maybe she's not feeling well. Everybody else was going to be there, and then you just started seeing it like the leaves falling from the tree.
Yeah, when you have over half of your special guests are like in the high risk category for this thing, you just knew. And so Victor Victoria is a great movie. A lot of Blake Edwards.
Great film to round out the festival. It'll bring a lot of people in. It's fun.
Do you like it? I know you're not a musical fan, but it's not.
I enjoy it. Karen hates it. I like it. It's kind of like there's nuggets of Blake Edwards where I'm like, I'm with it. This one is a very long film. It's strangely long.
It's very, very long.
And some moments I'm like with it, and then some moments I'm not. Like all of a sudden he brings in a character that's like an Inspector Clouseau in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some moments. But I will say that a lot of the. I would say that I watched it fairly recently, and I was pretty surprised how well it's held up.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Preston is great.
Robert Preston is Robert Preston and Leslie Ann Warren should be the
Warren.
2 reasons to watch this movie.
Agree.
Julie Andrews and James Garner are really, really, really great, and as is Alex Karras.
Alex Harris, yeah, as his body.
He's fantastic, but a better, I think, Julie James movie is The Americanization of Emily. So watch that. But watch it for Robert Preston and Leslie Ann Warren. They are hilarious. Very,
You know
very
what
good.
film I like, which is not a good film, but they don't show that much because it's kind of so out of date. But to me, it was really, really about the period. Was S.O.B. Have you ever seen S.O.B.?
Fantastic. It's so good.
It is, but it's got a bad rap and it's kind of self-indulgent. But there's something I really appreciate what it's going for.
I think it's great, and it's on Blu-ray with Warner Archive too, so you can get it. But yeah, I love that movie. So that's a fun way to end.
So yeah, I think we've got a good festival set up for us. Before we go,
Yeah.
give me your favorite festival memory over the years.
Why would you do that?
Oh, sorry.
No, I've got to think. I have to think. Oh God. Maybe.
A couple. If they're battling for number 1 status, you can.
So I've got. I have 3. Let me give you 3.
Okay.
Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein, 2012.
Yes, was there
because that was my first year, and seeing that, because I grew up with that movie and watched it with my dad, and so being there and having Mel there was huge. The Jerk, with Carl Reiner there in 2017. I got to meet Carl. That was everything I ever wanted.
Wow.
Ever. And then Sorcerer.
Wow.
With William Friedkin there. And I had never seen the film. I had seen The Wages of Fear, but I had never seen Sorcerer, and this was a restoration. It had been out of print for ages, unavailable to see. And Friedkin there was like rights issues, and he fought like hell to get this thing back into his control to restore it. And I've never been to a screening where I was so in awe and unnerved at the same time. It was, and the whole building was shaking with the audio. It was fantastic.
I remember. Yeah.
And then he came down with Alec Baldwin in that leather jacket and talked for like 45 minutes. It was fantastic.
I saw Alec Baldwin and William Friedkin talk after French Connection.
I was at that one too.
Yeah. Some of mine.
For yours, yeah.
Actually, Young Frankenstein would be there too. That was so hilarious. And I actually, the year before, they showed The 12 Chairs. Again, that was Mel Brooks's second film after The Producers. And not many people have seen it. I love that film. And he was there to talk about it. That was a great memory. Seeing the Luchadore film last year that we saw at midnight.
Man.
Hilarious. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. We didn't even stay for the whole thing, but it was.
We stayed for just like 17 minutes. It was the best 17 minutes of our lives.
Escape from New York, seeing Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. That was great.
Yeah.
And On Her Majesty's Secret Service, when they were showing Bond films, and just hearing George Lazenby be like an over-the-hill, pot-bellied playboy saying inappropriate things, and Ben Mankiewicz having to grit his teeth. It was embarrassing and hilarious. So,
I mean, there's like, but now I'm already like regretting those 3 moments were so great, but then I'm thinking of 3 more, and then 3 more, and then
yeah, it's endless.
It's endless.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that this is just a passing thing, and I'm knocking on that tree back there, wood, that we have the festival next year.
Knocking on the trees.
I hope everybody stays healthy and
yes,
past this. And
please for the love of God, stay home. Wash your filthy fucking hands. Yeah, do the whole, and I mean it.
Wear your
Wash
mask.
like this. Wash like this. Get your nails. Get your thumbs. And do not forget your wrists. Cover your face. Wear a mask.
Gloves.
Gloves. But stay home. Just stay home.
And enjoy the festival from home. And if you, let us know what you think of this. If you tell us you hate it, then this will be the Bon Voyage voyage of Drinking While Talking, where we're on camera and you can see our ugly pusses.
See our dumb, look at this the dumbest face, the dumbest, ugliest face you've ever seen.
And let us know what you're going to watch this festival. And thank you for participating and being a part of this.
Namaste.